Hello everyone, I'm Sean, ReacttotheK's channel arranger. You might remember my cover of aespa's Savage. And I'll be reacting to the new arrangement of Black Mamba for orchestra by Calhoun. So I've of course heard the beginning of this in SMCU Episode 2 Next Level, but that sort of falls apart as the eyes start having sync out and stuff, and I've been waiting to get a full version of the arrangement of Black Mamba, and so I am excited that we are finally getting to hear that. Let's go into it. 3, 2, 1, Black Mamba. I like the little happening at different speeds, like the glockenspiel or possibly orchestral bells and the piano. Interesting, so that bit at the beginning was not actually the beginning of this. I assumed it was because it felt so introductory. I like the build-up of the main motive. Okay. Yep, main vocal melody. Nice removal of the bass so it can come in more. Really interesting. Playing minor triads. There's a big tom part for... That's a nice touch. Make it a bit spicier. I like the extra chromaticism, sort of developing on the leap up and then half step down. Nice chord substitution there. Nice little bit of Phrygian. Nice to the strings and then full power brass. Okay. It's gonna be a piano harp duet or just piano with little additions. Okay. I like that most of it does really just focus on one part of the ensemble. That's some really nice adding spice to that. Now is when this comes in. Interesting. So it's the build up into the final chorus. I do like the clustering in this. Interesting. That was the third chorus. Are we going for a... Okay. Big grandiose ending? Yeah, I think this may be their best, SM Classic's best arrangement yet. And like, they've been consistently really good. SM gets people who understand how to do a classical arrangement, how to keep the energy in a song without the sort of original parts, like add new parts, reharmonize as necessary. And this one's especially good. I really like, because in the original song, there's the Mamba. Here, there's a lot of... I don't know exactly what the patterns were because I just heard it once, but a lot of things where it's like, it's some sort of leap up and then half step down, like, but not always confined just to that. So it becomes a motive that's really being developed instead of just a motive that happens occasionally. But like when it does happen in the sort of literal original sense, then it sort of reminds everybody of that part of the original song. So it's easy to connect it into all of the other little developments. And I like the little piano solo, or like little piano just with harp or violin. I think like that sort of thing. I may not be getting that sort of pattern exactly right, but there's the point earlier on where you got these sort of planing minor triads circling around E, and I think the piano's little cadenza was also that general sort of pattern with like E minor and D sharp minor, which adds a little nice bit of chromaticism because you don't get minor triads a half step apart on a diatonic scale. So it adds more flavor to it. Let's go back into it because I feel like I'm not remembering as much as clearly as I want to. The heavy use of like toms and right, that's that sort of down a half step, leap up, down a half step, that sort of figure where, in this case, you haven't heard it go full. It's, in this case, sort of foreshadowing that it's coming in, although if you know the song, then you kind of, you know what's coming in terms of melodies. Oh yeah, as I was saying, the percussion, when it's more like snare and low tom heavy, can give that almost militaristic sense, which kind of fits that, like, this is ultimately building up to a battle with Black Mamba. You can think of Black Mamba as Night Symphony. With the saxophones playing that sort of thing. Like, that's something in the repertoire that comes to mind quickly. It gives that eerie sound because it's always shifting around different implications of like what the key could be. And every chord is dark because it's a minor triad. Good use of brass for just a big, huge, powerful sound. There. The rest of the orchestra is on a completely different part, right? They're not on the chorus at this point, but it's just sort of developing in the background as a counter melody. This is a good choice to sort of take it down because, like, it's a very bombastic cover and it needs to get bigger. Yeah, brass, but they're kind of sitting in the lower part, so it's a contrast from the very high, brash brass. Oh yeah, this bit with the snare drum really leans into the sort of militaristic sense of it. Oh yeah, that's what... Right, starting out business. The G's voiced out most strongly, but that cluster adding density and a little bit of extra tension around it. Oh, the piano's in there now. I don't think a piano was in there originally. Find a little stretto of the nice touch to build up energy right at the end. So yeah, I think this is extremely well done. Congratulations to all the arrangers. This is like well done on orchestration, well done on points that they reharmonized, well done on points they were recomposing a new little bit into it around the main sort of original song. Good use of different instruments, good use of dramatic pacing. Like that's also something, because this is changing so much and like you want the ending to feel big, but you also want it to feel intense the whole time. Like understanding of times to back it off a bit and use different ways of adding intensity or like keep developing ideas throughout, so it wasn't just like, okay, yeah, it's the big dramatic sound. This is the sort of arrangement I'd want to do if I ever got to do an arrangement for a professional orchestra. Like, this is super well done. Thank you for watching. Bye.